At tonight's starting lineups, they are presented by McDonald's. And Doug, the question is, who will Houston put on Kobe Bryant? Los Angeles Lakers beat Utah in the first round, 4-1, shot 49% in that series. But Doug, they've been off. Unbelievable. A guy that size at 7'6", so good from the line. Bryant picked up by Shane Battier with 9 on the shot clock. He puts in his...
When he takes the shot to disrupt his rhythm and his vision.
Yeah, they don't double over Bynum. And Yao Ming hits his first shot tonight. He's got 4.
He's got that little jump hook, and what I like what he's doing is he's catching the ball, kicking it back out, and then repositioning and getting the second post pass.
Bynum into Yao. His first shot is good. Lakers have missed 5 consecutive shots. Battier on Kobe. Fires it out inside, and Kobe Bryant has started 2 of 4. Bryant on Battier. No cross matchups in this game so far.
This is the matchup you got to be worried about. Our test with the strength on Ariza. Phil Jackson's be very happy about this start. Remember now in game 1 against Portland, they got up to a great start, won that game 1, and didn't have to win back in Portland, got the home court advantage and won it in 6. Like to sneak through in game 1 like Orlando did tonight. Let's see if Houston can do the same. At 95 and under. The Lakers would like to get it up into the hundreds in that fourth quarter story. The game within the game. You heard Craig Sager talk about it as we see Derek Fisher knock down that little open jump shot. But Artest, a good individual defender, more of a power defender. Shane, a very cerebral defender. Then Yao Ming, a good shot blocker. So they are a very good team defense.
Artest for 3. He knocks it in from outside. So he has started 2 of 2. Picks up his first personal foul.
This is Pau Gasol, and on that play, you can see Scola reached in. He actually scratched him underneath his left eyelid. You see athletic trainer Gary Vitti working on that left eye. We saw a very similar situation.
Rebound by Kobe Bryant. Pulls down his 3rd rebound tonight. Playing with the sore throat, which has been a story here in Los Angeles. Yao now watches Bryant. Yao comes out on Gasol. So Gasol, Doug, 1 of 3. The Lakers end a field goal drought of 3.5 minutes.
Well, when Yao Ming is playing against Pau Gasol, you're going to see a lot of screen rolls. This is Aaron Brooks, who actually played.
Yao with the screen, Brooks with the miss. Rebound is pulled down by Kobe, who has another board. 4. The defense of Battier. The dive by Bryant. Now we got a little shove afterwards, as you can see.
You know, Kobe...
Bryant just picked up his first personal foul.
Well, he got the loose ball foul. And, you know, Kobe reminds me of Michael in so many different ways. But right now he's a little bit flat. He doesn't feel well. Look at him at the end of this play. He gets a little upset. A lot of times when I coach Michael, and you've seen him through the years, looking for something to get him fired up, get him, you know, into this game.
A 5th rebound by Kobe Bryant. Rockets have a foul to give. It's Odom. 1 of 3. Defended by Carl Landry. Looking for Gasol. And back of him was Yao. And there is a whistle. Looks like Yao was pushing on him. He was. He picks up his 2nd personal foul to match the 2 on the starting Lakers center, Bynum.
Well, obviously the Lakers have much more depth at that position and size. Here's Vujicic on that weak side cut. So he has come in defensively and offensively now and made his presence be felt. Yao Ming now has to sit down. No Dikembe Mutombo, who had
clock and shot clock. Scola is coming for Yao. Battier looking for the Gasol screen, which he got, but he fights through. And by Scola goes Gasol. Listen, the left-handed jam. Bryant got it on the ricochet. Goes by Scola. Throws it out to Vujicic for 3. The close by Landry. Scola got a hand on it. It is off of Houston.
Well, Shane Battier just got an elbow. He's got a cut over his left eye.
Oh, my gosh, is he bleeding. Wow. The officials don't see it. And now he has to point it out to everybody else. Is the terrific defender Battier, a guy who's won a national championship at Duke.
Well, Coach, a great start. Seemed like you had the pace of the game going in your favor. And these last few minutes got pretty frenetic. What happened out there?
Well, you saw it. You tell me.
Well, we saw a couple of fouls on Bynum. Then we saw Shane Battier go to the locker room.
Picked their pressure defense up. They got all into us, and we have to respond to that. If it's not going to be called, then you're going to have to go out and you got to respond. If they're going to pick you up, and that's what we talked about. They're going to extend that pressure on us, and we have to adjust to that. Can't try to dribble the clock out. I thought that's what we did.
Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Greg, thank you very much. Quick basket right there by Odom. Here comes Wafer right into the defense of Trevor Ariza. And scooped up by Ariza to Vujicic, 2-on-1, and a 3-on-1 with Ariza coming from behind. He got by Artest, and he goes around Lowry.
Well, that now.
And here is Lowry. In the rebounding category tonight, Lakers are +4 so far.
And the Rockets are not a great offensive rebounding team. Now, we saw in that Portland series, they did a nice job on the offensive backboard.
Artest a 3, he's nailed one. He banks that in with Ariza right in front. Ron Artest has put in a game-high 10 points.
And he looked back at the Lakers bench almost like, excuse me. There's a walk on Vujicic. So you can see right now, this Rocket team is a much better defensive team than the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz would put pressure on the Lakers offensively. This Houston Rocket team is a very sound, fundamental defensive team. Ron Artest, excuse me, that's what that backboard is up there for, to use it, and the Rockets lead by 5.
Rebound pulled down by Chuck Hayes. Lowry the other way. Into Landry. Corkscrews in, rejected by Kobe Bryant, and counted for 2 on the goaltend. So let's set the stage right now as we see a nice play by Landry. Houston on a 7-0 run. Landry off the bench. 8 minutes and 5 points.
More penal for the situation if Yao Ming picks up his third, and there's Bynum just sort of squaring him up and knocking down that shot.
Bynum with 4. Here is Barry finding Yao Ming, picked up by Bynum. Will they double? They do with Ariza. Yao with a beautiful fadeaway shot. He's played 12 minutes. He's got 6 points and 5 boards.
Kobe Bryant 4 points on 8 shots.
And Ariza comes right into Gary Hasselness, our cameraman. As you can see, the collision. Trevor Ariza with a smile on his face. He's okay. And he's all tangled up now on our cables, and let's make sure Gary is okay. Boy, he took a hard shot. You okay, Gary? All right, the nod is there. He's a gamer, coach.
Oh, Gary's tough. Gary's tough. Stayed with his shot. Look at it. He stayed with his shot to the last possible moment.
Wow.
Ariza going right into our camera guy, Gary, and thank God they're all okay.
I was protecting you. See right there, I was trying to protect you just in case something would fly in your direction.
I noticed.
I was worried.
Rick Adelman talked to Craig Sager earlier and said when teams pressure us, this is where we have to handle the pressure and make sure you get good shots.
With the shot clock at 10, it's Yao. Got great position on Gasol. That was it. Took the leap inside the paint. Slams it down. Yao's got 10. Artest has 10. Rocket starters out there. Battier, Scola, Yao, Artest, and Brooks. And all the starters out there for the Lakers except for Bynum. On the bench right now, Odom taking his place.
And Yao Ming has to stay away from his third foul. He's got to be very careful here against Gasol, who's a quicker player.
It's Fisher. Great fake. Brooks flies by. A deuce. That's Fisher putting it in. 2 of 6 with 6 points. Bryant over Chuck Hayes. There he goes. Kobe got that one to go. He's got 8. Final seconds. And Ron Artest with the long pass to work.
Well, the energy here to start this third period is in favor of the Rockets. Yao Ming was upset that he had missed that easier shot. I think the thing to look at here
for LA, the #1 seed in the West, slicing inside is Kobe Bryant. He went by Artest. He went flying into Yao and Scola and digs up 2 right there. So Kobe finds his 10th point. Scola finds his 2nd foul.
Well, this is important that this foul goes on the power forward Scola instead of Yao Ming in that situation. If that's Yao Ming, that's his 3rd. Scola here gets the foul, and see if this gets Kobe Bryant going, getting to the foul line, positive his team.
And a steal. It's Ariza. Here comes Artest. Here comes Battier. Trevor to the rack. Boy, he gets the steal. He fends off 2 defending Houston Rockets dog and has the presence and the concentration to put it in. And just like that, we've got a 1-point game.
How interesting. It looked like the Lakers were in trouble. They needed a timeout. And now it's the Rockets in trouble. Rick Adelman going to take the timeout, but this is what the Lakers do. They average almost 9 steals a game in the regular season, over 18 points. Their defense creates offense for them. Got to get themselves back into the game. Now that's 13 points off turnovers for the Lakers here as they're trying to have their defense pick up. This is where the Rockets have to be impatient and get good shots. Be patient and get good shots.
Neither team made a change coming out of that break. The shot clock is at 6. A quick trap on Artest with Gasol and Ariza. He slides it to Scola. The uncovered Brooks. The close by Kobe. That's a 3. Brooks, second-year player, late first-round pick. It's Fisher. Over Brooks. That slides in. Fisher gets a nice little bounce. 3 of 8. 8 points for Fish. 6.5 to play in the third. Ron Artest picked up by Ariza. Yao over by Yao with the great looking shot. He's got 14. His third board.
Yao Ming wants that ball in the post. Let's see if they go back to him once again.
Screen by
Big
Yao,
screen.
knocked out Fisher. Here comes Scola in a wrestling match with Ariza. A wide open Artest. It was a screen by Scola. That is his third 3. He's got 15. Artest picks up his first foul.
Well, this has been a game of runs here in this third quarter. About plus 15 from behind the arc now for the Rockets. And you see the bench into this and know how important that three-point shooting is.
Wow.
When you have a post game and you spread the floor, you got to knock down shots. And with Artest making shots, you know, Shane Battier can make them. We've seen Aaron Brooks throughout the playoffs.
Here's a 3 by Kobe. That is the first 3 seconds at the other end of the floor. Rockets will inbound. Take a look at Luis Scola. Here is Brooks. They'll fire. Good if it goes. Oh, my goodness, just that close, and Bryant gets the rebound. That is his 7th, and here comes Kobe. Met by Battier. Kobe Bryant. And Kobe Bryant has gone 6 of 15, and he's got a Laker high 15 for Ron Artest.
Again, though, the volume shots, 16 shots for Kobe, 15 points. He's only gotten to the line 1 time.
7 in this third quarter for Kobe Bryant, battling flu-like symptoms. The quick double on Yao. We saw Portland do this in round 1, and he just spins around and drops a sledgehammer.
Now this man, 7'6", probably weighs upwards of 300 and something pounds. How quick was he on that little spin move?
Face is picking up here a little bit in the third.
Yeah, and Rockets have to be very careful. They don't want to quick shoot the ball.
Look at Brooks again. Wind his way in and slash for 2. They can't stop him. 9 in the quarter for Aaron Brooks and 14 for the game.
See, what's happened is they're getting in there on the post on Yao Ming, and the big man is so worried about him that he's not helping on the drive on Brooks.
Kobe over Battier. Now Kobe Bryant is eating up. He's got 9, Doug.
Transition defense by the Rockets have been excellent tonight.
Over Battier, it's Kobe Bryant. And now Coates. Saw the screen. Battier goes up against Yao. That's a good-looking shot by Kobe Bryant. A tough one, but he's got 21.
Well, Kobe's
now with his 9th rebound. Wafers come in for our test. 10 seconds, different scheme clock and shot clock winding down the third. It's Speedy Brooks. It's Wafer, the ex-Laker. Doubled. Brooks. Closed by Farmar, the missed 3. And Landry in the game picks it up, and he has the little layup inside. Landry, an indispensable player. 10 minutes, 7 points, and a couple of rebounds. Farmar for 3 points, the close. Boy, that is huge because Jordan Farmar, Doug, has been struggling. It's a long shot there at the buzzer.
Well, Coach, there seems to be a pattern like the 4 regular season meetings. Houston's playing very well through 3 quarters, but in that 4th quarter of the 4 meetings, you outscored them 127-80. What do you have to do to keep that trend going here tonight?
Try to get you away from my bench with that Bozo the Clown suit you got on there. It's just scaring my people. Look at this thing.
It's Butterfinger.
Oh, my goodness. But we do have to play better defense. We gave 27 points that quarter. We've got to tighten up. They made some really great shots at the end of quarters. We have to tighten those, or end of clock. We have to tighten that up a little bit. Offensively, I think we got going a little bit. I'm still not happy with the way we're using power.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Kevin.
Doug, the vampire didn't even blink when he said that.
He said butterscotch.
Wafer, who is taking a running shot, can't get it. Gasol comes up with the loose ball. Here comes Shannon Brown the other way, going hit long into Kyle Lowry. Really struggling, Doug, 2 of 9.
Yeah, and you heard Phil Jackson tell Craig Sayer he's not happy with the way they're using him tonight, so I don't know if it's not to get him on the post enough or get him that little open jump shot.
Lowry exploits Brown, who tripped and fell in an open shot for Lowry. Off the bench tonight, 10 minutes, 4 points. And here comes Kobe, makes that stop on a dime, working on Battier and Shane's momentum. Another Houston turnover.
What's happened now when the Lakers pick up their defense, this is where the Rockets have gotten in trouble, turning the ball over.
It's Odom to Gasol, who sneaks right in back of Young. And Pau Gasol with 8.
Prophecy. And this is where they've got to be tough. This is where they've got to dig in right now. The Lakers have taken the lead. Talked about it before. Where are the Rockets going to go for their offense here if Yao Ming doesn't give it to them?
Lakers on an 8-2 run right now. Vujacic is watching Artest, and Ron Artest knocks in the deuce and is fouled on the play by Sasha Vujacic. He picks up his 3rd personal foul. And Ron Artest, who's been a steady scorer all game long, now with 18.
Well, he's taking good shots, and he gets fouled by Vujacic, who's way too strong. That didn't even affect him. It's going to be important now for him to knock in this free throw. All these free throws become so important when you are on the road trying to fend off. Artest moving rather than stand still, where Artest can get his body and strength on it.
You know, there's some history between those two guys. Here is Yao. Gasol the close. Yao with 2. He's played 34 minutes. Yao's got 10 rebounds and 20 points.
How about when your 7'6" center can step out and knock down a long jump shot?
What a luxury. Hit the free throws the way he does. Here's Gasol and Yao. Clear out. Powers free attack. Look at the defensive down. The rebound by Odom. Yao with the block inside. And there is a Houston foul. Yao fighting so hard. Did he get hit in the ribs?
Yes, he did. Lamar Odom, as he went inside, got him in the ribs, and that's one of those kind of shots that sort of knocks the breath out of you. I got to tell you, I love this.
You always talk about him, Doug.
This guy, I mean, you talk about giving your heart and soul. There you see the shot to the rib cage and the side of Yao Ming.
Concentrate. You got to be more aggressive. You got a couple opportunities. It's all about us winning, not them losing. It's us winning. Come on, let's turn it up.
Guys, play hard, man. Let's go.
Crossover by Brooks on Fisher. Look at him fly inside. What a play by Brooks. He's got 18 at the point, and he schools the professor.
Ooh, how quick was that? But the ability to get a shot at the end of the clock. 5 seconds to go, and you get a layup.
Charging inside the triple team, Bryant. Yao is down. Gasol finishes off. And holding his knee, as you can see, that is not a good sign if you're a Rocket fan.
Well, he was in congestion there. I don't know what happened on the play. We'll have to see. But, boy, the Rockets right now just absolutely are holding their breath there. Keith Jones, the athletic trainer, out there looking at Yao Ming. You see Rick Adelman, the concern on his face. You have to look at this, Kevin, because I cannot take a look at any time anybody gets any kind of knee injury when you've had one.
Kobe was driving and looked like Kobe's left knee hit Yao's right. Yep, went down. And then Gasol picked it up. The basket by Gasol. Yep, right there. Good job by our camera people. And Yao is still down. And we will take a timeout. 4:54 to play here in the 4th quarter in game 1, the semifinals in the Western Conference. Moments ago, this is what we saw in the tunnel. He was shaking his head and telling Keith Jones, their athletic trainer, I want to go back out there. Keith Jones is saying, hey, let's go back in the locker room. Let's take a quick look at it.
He's telling him, I got to see, can you bend down? Can you squat? Can you push off? Look, Keith Jones, can you push off your leg? You're going to see Yao Ming bend over, try to push off, and then go over to the wall, try to get that thing moved. Can you run in place? You see Keith Jones, and this is a proud guy. He knows the importance of this game. You see him working this leg. Saw very similar footage with Kevin Garnett in Utah.
We sure did, Doug.
Our tremendous camera crew was back there and captured it all when Kevin Garnett hurt his knee that night against Utah, and Yao Ming walking back out to the floor. He's on the bench right now. We'll see if he's going to be able to get back into this ball game.
Lowry has come in for Yao. Houston turns it over. That is the 6th turnover for the Rockets in this fourth quarter. Craig, what do you have?
Obviously, it was a tearful Yao Ming that went back towards the locker room. They were going to take him in, put him out for the game. But as you said, and as we saw, he started stretching the knee. It started to maybe feel a little bit better. He said he was getting a spasm in it, obviously a bump on the knee. And
Brooks, LA had that really covered well. Here comes Yao back in the game. He'll take the place of Lowry. You ever had that happen? Can you describe the pain knee on knee like that?
I've gotten a knee in the thigh.
Artest with 19. Ariza and Gasol. Yao over
How about this?
Yao Ming puts it in from outside with his 22nd point.
I think this guy's a competitor. Man, oh man.
So proud. Rockets by 87-81 right now. Mismatch with Odomano. They've switched. Gasol stepping in front of Yao. Brooks got it back. Yao with the spin inside and a foul on Los Angeles. And it comes on Derek Fisher for the second time with 1:40 to play in regulation.
How about the play by Aaron Brooks?
Wow.
That ball was knocked loose by Gasol. Look at him dig down in the post, get this ball, find his teammate Yao Ming. Remember I talked about Yao Ming's free throw shooting, the importance of your big man being able to go to the line and knock down free throws. Remember he came back, he knocked down that long jump shot.
Seconds to play here in regulation. Losing at home, opening of a series. What's the message you think the Lakers, if they do go on to lose, will get out of this?
A little bit of a wake-up call. I think that first series they played well offensively, very spotty defensively. And tonight they've got a little bit of a wake-up call. The seriousness of where they are in this series. This game is not over, though, Kevin. I mean, it's only a 6-point game. That's 2 3-point shots. And this couple free throws, you turn the ball over. You better stay out of these trapping areas.
You just about had it. Here comes Lowry. He'll take it by midcourt. And he's in a straight jacket. And a timeout was taken by Houston with 26.4 to play in a 6-point game.
See, I don't very, very careful. You got to be here now. Very smart play here to get the ball into Yao Ming, who's their best free throw shooter. And if the Rockets make free throws and don't turn the ball over, they're going to win this game. What you don't want to do, though, is fall asleep and let the Lakers keep scoring, with only 3 or 4 seconds taken off the clock.
Yao from the free throw line is 8 of 8. He is 31 of 33 in these playoffs. Doug, the Rockets have responded to Laker leads tonight, albeit just by a point, 3 different occasions. On 2 of them in the second quarter, they responded to a Laker lead going on an 11-4 run. And in the fourth quarter, they responded after a Laker 1-point lead going on a 21-13 run, which they are in the midst of right now.
And sometimes, you got to lose the home court to get that edge back.
Vujacic a 3, Lowry defended. And the rebound by Brooks, a hand to Lowry. That'll do it. That'll seal a Houston Rocket win. The road team is won again on the opposing floor for the second time tonight in game ones in each conference's semifinal.
Well, the Rockets have to feel good about this win, but this is when you get greedy because the Lakers are going to be coming back Wednesday night, Kevin. You and I will be here. They'll be hungrier. They'll play with more intensity. And the Rockets, we'll see what they can come with in game 2. And I think Yao Ming, thankfully, he's standing up over there and he's smiling with our Craig Sager. Sags?
Well, thanks, Doug. What a emotional fourth quarter. What happened on the injury, and how were you able to get yourself righted and get back in this game?
Well, actually, that injury is really not that hurt. But when the moment I get hit, that was feel pretty bad, but I know I'm fine. Just need to walk around a little bit and let the sore go away, and I can come back to the game.
You said you knew you were fine, but you're like teary-eyed back there trying to stretch it out. The training staff said, hey, he missed 6 weeks with this knee injury in the right. Somewhere you had to be thinking, oh no, here I go again, didn't you?
No, don't take it to that way. Take it to that way. That would scare me.
Well, you certainly gave everybody a scare, particularly the Rocket fans. But how were you able to come back and put this team away after losing 4 games of the regular season in the fourth quarter?
I think we are hungry to win, particularly the first game. Like we had in the first round, we didn't set tone for the entire series. We know we have to respect them, come back as strong as the game too. But tonight we really play proud of our teammate, for all the players.
Kobe Bryant got his 30 points, but he had to take over 30 shots to get them. Is this the type of defense that can win this series, or do you have to play better?
You mean our defense? You have to give our two best perimeter defender credit. Sean Battier and Ron Tass did a incredible job on guarding Kobe. Obviously we need to put more effort in there in game 2. But tonight they did a great job on there.
Well, great game. Glad to see you back on your feet, and good luck. I hope it doesn't swell up tomorrow.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kevin.
Yao had 28 points and 10 rebounds. Artest had 21. Brooks had 19. 48% shooting for the Rockets, Doug. It was a good win on the road in Game 1 for Houston.
I can't wait for Game 2. And all of a sudden, the home court swings to the Houston Rockets, where they've been very good this year. Tell you what, 0-4 in the regular season. You throw all those numbers out in the playoffs. I think the Rockets showed that here tonight.